gaining control, and that's kind of at a weird point. So
Yeah, I'll pay attention. Paying attention.
okay. We're firing it up, RPG. The first round of the marathon. Do you want to give an intro?
Fire it up!
Or have anything to say before we get started?
Before we get started, I mean, why have we fired it up already? Come on, spark it up. Let's blaze it up with a Rollin marathon.
Okay, get ready, Joe. And start.
Alright, we are rolling deep with F.E.A.R extraction point. Rolling out of the ass. Hell yeah. Firing it up. So this is going to be a pretty fresh run. Your boy Overfiend is going to hit all the clips, and he's just going to shoot these fuckers down.
He's going to pop them all in.
Spray them about. Pop in the clips. Rolling deep.
That was one right there. That's what I call a quick port, where there's a neat little thing in this game where for some reason if you make a bunch of quick saves and try loading one while the game is making them, the game will kind of get confused and put you at this like a default location within the stage, and so that's how I was able to skip part of that stage there by like warping through the I don't know what you call it, railing sort of thing outside the window.
Nice.
Yeah.
Looks pretty cool.
Yeah. So now I gotta kill a bunch of these guys to advance. That wasn't too bad. Kinda whiffed the first guy, but...
Yo, do we have a link to the schedule anywhere?
It's at tiny.cc/rolldeep.
Awesome.
It's also at, which redirects to horaro.org, or however you pronounce it.
Excellent. There we are.
Grabbing the shotgun here a bit early. I could grab it from one of the guys in this next area, but it just makes these areas a bit easier if I have it. That's pretty good. So a lot of times in this game, like, FPS games in general have a surprising amount of just random elements because of enemies. Oh, it's in the title, too, cool. So there's a lot of areas where I could just simply lose time by enemies deciding to run it, like be in my way, just not go down easily, that sort of thing. For the most part, this game is pretty consistent in terms of the time you get. There's not too many big things that like determine a pace, so to speak, or like can ruin a run. So as long as I don't totally whiff something a bunch of times, it should be a pretty fast run.
Crispy toast.
So if I hold crouch and strafe there, it keeps me from getting pushed all the way back to the wall, and that saves about 4 seconds because it puts me closer to the door. Luckily that set of shelves is there to catch me like that. Now we're gonna grab some shotgun ammo here because it'll matter later that we have this kind of ammo. So I use the shotgun whenever I think I'm going to need it. You may notice if I don't think I need it, I'm going to like holster it because the shotgun basically loses like 2 frames of movement for every second that it's out. So I try to sheath it as soon as I think I don't need it anymore. But it's very helpful in situations where I do need it. It's basically the best weapon in the game, just for how strong it is. Thanks, Dez.
Vader does. Boom.
Yo.
So right there, I made a quick save and loaded it to skip part of that dialogue. There's some dialogue in each of the games that's skippable by making a save and reloading it. Not all dialogue, but some little bits of dialogue. And it usually saves about 2 to 3 seconds in places where it's usable. So we're going to do another quick port at the start of the stage. I need to heal before I land though. Okay, good. That deals 63 damage from the fall there. And you also have to like land on the ceiling light there, or else you fall to your death. So. But now we're instantly halfway through the stage just by spamming a bunch of saves and trying to load one of them. Alright, so those guys are down, and those 2 guys I killed first start the sequence in this area of more soldiers spawning. The other 2 that were right there, they don't matter, so I killed them last. And all the waves that happen in this sequence, the only ones that matter are the last 2 as far as speed goes. Like, I can kill these waves however fast I want to, but it doesn't affect the overall time. All that matters is that I kill the last 2 waves as quickly as possible. So in order to do that, I'm going to put some turrets on top of this truck because there's soldiers that'll be spawning there a couple times. And those, if they do their job, those will kill them within like 2 seconds, pretty much. Oh, they didn't do their job.
Oh, come on.
I actually have no idea where he went. Oh, there he is. That's fine. Is he not dead? Okay, that was pretty sloppy, but not much I can do when he randomly survives a grenade to the face. So the rest will spawn here. Usually 2 grenades killed him, so. Alright. Alright, so the way I moved there was to manipulate him to sprint towards the door. He can move towards the door at different speeds depending on... Like, it has to do with his vision on F.E.A.R there, like how he interacts with him as to like what movement he does towards the door, but right there he basically gave me the fastest movement option, which is good. He can like jog, or he can even walk, which is terrible, towards the door. And obviously we don't want him to walk towards the door, because that's slow. So we start off this stage with another quick port as well. We're halfway through this stage as well, so... There's an invisible wall here, by the way, so gotta wait. So this is the biggest RNG section in the game, there will be waves of soldiers spawning out of these two house-like things. Two warehouses, so house-like things. So it doesn't really matter what they do right now, but the last wave spawns either 4 or 5 soldiers will come from the faraway warehouse, and the faster they die, the faster we can move on from this area. But it seems to be random, like what they do. Like sometimes they'll just sit there and hide in the warehouse, and there's just nothing you can do. Like not even Holiday will move in to attack them. So it pretty much is like luck. I don't really know of a good way to manipulate them to not hide. So you just gotta hope that they come out and try to attack you. Because if they all hit in there, then it's basically like an automatic 30-second time loss, fortunately. So like one presumably is still in there hiding, and unfortunately the AI I have is not smart enough to go in there and just kill him. So yeah. So the only solution when that happens is the game has like these explosions automatically, like that'll automatically happen to make sure that, like, because obviously if they weren't there, something like that would be a soft lock, you know. So there's at least that. But it is pretty funny that like these games, at least as far as I know, they used to be known for like how good the AI was, but then they have sequences where they just act like that. This is also kind of random too, like how close he is to this door, but he was pretty close this time.
This is a Greenleaf production.
Welcome back.
Sparking it up with the White Widow. Rolling.
Oh, is that what you were busy with?
I mean, this is a Greenleaf production. Okay?
All right.
So your boy Overfiend is just, he's got, you know, blood spilling all over the place. He's just spraying these fuckers down. He's just shooting them right in the fucking face. Showing no mercy. And then busting in the clips, popping in the clips.
Mm-hmm.
And,
I need some yogurt.
just kicking down the door, fucking them up.
Having some I was gonna say having some of Dark Wings yogurt, but that's kind of...
Well, I mean, you didn't get the extra fruity flavor that you like.
Fine shit.
Alright, so this next stage, for some reason, that isn't really explained, the flashlight is disabled for all of it. And also, about a third of the way through the stage, there will be some loud chanting, musical chanting going on for, again, some unknown reason. And I don't know why, but even though music is disabled in the settings, it just plays anyway, and it plays obnoxiously loud, so sorry in advance. You might want to mute for like the next 2 minutes.
Obnoxious! Whoa!
Yeah. So if you can still hear me over the obnoxious music, that section there is basically like you kill 4 will spawn from far away, then 4 will spawn near you, and then a bunch will spawn. And you only have to kill 4 of those. So it's basically kill 4, kill 4, kill 4, and then you're done. Free rocket launcher. We're gonna reload because we got stuck on an enemy. Oh, the music's gone. I actually did not know that did that because normally I play with audio off. Yeah, sometimes you can just get stuck on enemies like that and there's not really anything you can do besides like gun your way out, I guess, but I wasn't expecting that, so I had the foresight to make a quick save before that because you also could just fall off the railings. Or I could have, so. It's right here. There's a powered armor to the left. You can actually see its lights. It's supposed to pop out of there, but I skipped the trigger for it. And that saves 5 seconds because when it pops out, it puts the game in slow-mo for like 10 seconds. So yeah, not dealing with that.
Doozy ski.
Yeah. Now we're in the subway. So this is another stage that we're going to warp directly to about halfway through just by mashing save and load. That's technically like halfway through the stage. It basically skips a gate that we would clip through, which luckily the gate was kind of hard to clip through in the past, so it's a good thing we don't have to do it anymore. And I guess when I say we, I mean me, because I'm the only one who runs this, so. So we're gonna go through this window, because that skips, 2 more soldiers would spawn there if I didn't go that path through the room. Now we're gonna try to clip through this gate. So in this game, it has like this function called leaning, and if you can lean into a thin enough surface, and then with the right forward inputs, you can get yourself through it. So that's what I did there. I just leaned in and just started pressing forward and sideways until it let me through. Like input-wise, it's really simple, but it can be horribly inconsistent sometimes just because I don't know, it's just like the game just sort of decides whether to let you through or not. It's like at a variable speed. But that was pretty fast. What's up, Joshua and Bunny and Charlie and Hito and Miss Honor
And Sergeant Kittens.
So the run's about halfway through now at this point. So far, everything's been pretty good. I mean, 3rd stage, that soldier not dying to the turrets, and also that sniper section RNG was kind of bad, but everything else has been pretty good. So we're skipping a little bit of dialogue here too. Right, I was practicing this earlier, kind of changed up what I've done in this section, so hopefully I remember everything I was doing now. Alright, good. I'm going to quick save here, because this shelf skip can sometimes just refuse to work properly. Alright, that hopefully was good. Alright, looks good. Okay, not too bad. Enemies are getting progressively harder to kill, so most of the time they won't drop in. They do usually drop in a melee hit, so that's why the shotgun has a little bit extra usefulness. But they usually don't drop in just a shotgun blast. You usually have to melee them with it to one-hit kill. So right here I'm doing a few crouch glitches. I haven't explained that yet, but if you push up against a lowered surface and like, so the way I do it, it's easier to explain it by explaining how I do it. So I have crouch bound to scroll wheel. So if I'm pushing up against the vent and I flick the scroll wheel a notch while moving forward into the vent, then it sort of places me in like this semi-crouched state where I can run through the vent. It's like I'm basically not crouched while in the vent, so it lets me move at full speed through it like this. It's kind of harder to explain like how it works mechanically. It's easier just to explain it. Well, that was awkward. That was also awkward. Okay, well we're just gonna take this safe because don't want to die to fall damage. Oh, we're floating.
Floating it up.
Yeah, that was weird. I actually, so now I'm floating. I was gonna explain that after I got it, but it was weird. I got it and then went up the ladder accidentally, because normally how that area works is I would pop the lock, I would drop the penetrator RPG because I'm picking up a new weapon pretty soon, and I would do that leap of faith and catch the ladder in midair, and I would try to get a float glitch off the ladder during the leap, just sort of like combining multiple things at once. So the way floating in this game works is like if you are holding jump and you mash, like if you spam to use the ladder and crouch while holding jump, for some reason those things combined can put you in this floating state. I guess the game just doesn't know like what the heck you're doing, so it just lets you float around now. Don't really know how to like explain it on a technical level. So yeah, that's what we're doing now. You'll see why pretty soon. So since I'm floating, I can't jump, so I can't raise my height too easily, but I can lower it at will just by spamming crouch. So anytime I'm lowering it like that, it's just me like scrolling the scroll wheel down a bit. Alright, so you may notice now that it says on the left that I have the shotgun out, but obviously that's not the shotgun, that's the MP50 that we recently picked up, and you're about to see what it's used for. So this started the stage where we came in from, if I can gain some height. So this thing produces blasts of air, much like Joe's anus, that we're using to get out of where the stage started, and now we're out of bounds. and normally those would deal 70 damage to me, but by using a ladder in the middle of a weapon swap, you can effectively combine multiple weapons together. So the game was still firing the MP50, but it had the properties of a shotgun in that the shotgun doesn't deal AoE damage. So every one of those blasts was dealing no damage instead of its normal 70 damage is what it deals as a direct blast.
So while we're in this nice little scroller here, scrolling up to the city, this is the Rollin Marathon 2. It will be a 4-day marathon of just a bunch of us running a bunch of our games and stuff, and this marathon will be pretty raw and gritty, even though right now it's pretty quiet, calm, and collective. Just a forewarning to everybody, might get a little bit crazy.
Yeah, RPG's still waking up, I think. As far as I can tell. What's up, Pidge? Alright, so like I said, we can't easily gain height, so I had to use those stairs there to get the height to clip back inbounds. Now we're gonna go for a tricky dialogue skip here. Hopefully this works out. It's kind of hard because it's kind of hard because you have to like time the quick save to happen right as the stage starts. And you could, like, if you were just spamming quick save, then you would accidentally make like 3 or 4 in a row, and it would actually not save time to do that. So, gotta be careful with that one. And as you see, taking out these cars because they could get in the way if they explode while I'm next to them. Very realistic physics, you may notice in this game. Just one bullet and cars do backflips in this game. Be careful with these mines. They pretty much drop us from 5 feet away. Explosives are very powerful against ourselves. Bark, bark.
Barking it up.
That wasn't too bad. Sometimes debris can get in the way there because of all the cars and stuff exploding going on there. Alright, skipping this dialogue too.
You will be a god, a man.
Whoa, a god, man. A god, man.
Why, you cannot escape something you have been part of since before you were born.
Okay, so we're gonna do something pretty similar to last stage coming up with the mixin' and the boostin' and the not taking damage from blasts of air. Right. Can you get the float glitch off this ladder? Okay, I think I got it. I don't know if I got the mix though, I wasn't really paying attention. Okay, we still got it. I honestly wasn't paying attention when I did the input, so I just used muscle memory there, I guess. Alright, should be good. Yep. So an interesting thing I didn't mention, like another thing about that weapon mixing is because it shows the shotgun out while I'm doing that, it will, like as if to correct itself, the game will like deduct shotgun ammo and like give me back the MP50 ammo at the end of the stage, which is why in the second stage I picked up those 2 extra shotguns, is because I kind of wanted, I want to have that spare ammo just in case I need it. That was weird. So you notice at the end of the stage it says I have 4 and 55, but it should go to like back to like 20 and 30 and 39, I think, something like that. It's pretty cool. If it didn't do that, then the route through some of these stages would be a little bit different. Oh, 21 and 38, okay. Dix V. Alright, so we're gonna lean through this window and hopefully activate this gate. Alright, didn't take too long. So we can lean and just barely hit that switch by the gate, letting us lean to the wall like that. So hopefully this works. It's kind of inconsistent. Okay. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, so we'll see. Okay, good. So we skipped a decent chunk of this stage too. We needed to do it there instead of at the beginning because, like as you saw, I was basically riding an invisible ladder down to the bottom of this hallway. Like you can't survive the fall damage otherwise. So we needed to be at that elevation with that ladder to climb down after teleporting here. So that's why we had to wait until that shaft. And that saves about 50 seconds, roughly. In general, teleporting saves like a minute. It depends on the stage, but on average, it saves like a minute in every stage it's usable in, and luckily it's usable in like half the stages of this game's. It won't be used in Perseus Mandate because so extraction points on version 1.07 and Perseus is on 1.08, and I guess something changed in 1.08 that like made that teleporting with quick saves and loads not work anymore. There will be a lot more out of bounds, but there just won't be any of that teleporting around stages like that in that because it's effectively patched out somehow. Maybe they knew about it, maybe it just happened on its own, I don't know. But grenade to stun this guy. Melee him, make sure not to die. Collect a bunch of crap. So this is secretly the most powerful melee weapon in the game, but we don't get to use it much. We get to use it a lot more in Perseus though. Alright, he should be dead, and he should be dead. Alright. That's the ideal pattern.
Wheelchair.
Yeah. Handicapped rolling deep. Just gonna plant those there for fun. Just ignore everything that's going on around us. That's what you do in a speedrun. Until they run up to your face. So I hit that elevator trigger from the outside, so it's like taking us to the next stage outside of the elevator. So I could pick up those 2 extra medkits. I shouldn't need them, but it's just like, it's just for show, you know? Right, so there's two shades there at the end of this hall. If for some reason if I never look at them, they won't attack me, which helps because, as you've seen before a couple times, you've been paying attention, enemies can just decide to run directly into your hitbox and just sit there and have you stuck until you do something, so they can do that, and I don't want that, so. We're firing it down. Well, that was new. They dodged it all. Wow. Yeah, not much to say during this part. The game's just sort of winding down. Wonder what RPG's up to.
Yeah. Lurking and jerking.
What's the time right now anyway, Joe? On the timer, I mean, not actual time.
Well, in case you were curious, it is 4:47 Eastern Time
Okay, thank
in
you.
the afternoon. But no, your timer's at 38 minutes flat.
Oh, that's good. Okay. So this is the last stage, and you maybe have seen it already because I was practicing it a little bit before this run, but so this is intended to be like a final battle sort of thing, like you know, like a lot of games, but we don't have time for any of that, so we're gonna do this. Alright, good, first try. And time. Time.
I'm rolling these.
Rolling.
Hopefully you heard me over RPG. That was a lot better than AGDQ at least. I meant gameplay wise, not commentary wise.
Kido Kage with all the dicks. Hell yeah.
Oh. I had the emote exclusively.
I did it.
Had to
Oh,
take
the
out
pipe
the
pipe.
scumbag TT.
I did it.
For dicks. I think it was a good trade.
Thank you, thank you. So what?
I don't know. Did you stop the timer at the right time? I don't know.
Oh, did you call time?
Yeah, it was like 50 seconds ago.
Well,
I think this happened last time too.
It's fine.
yeah.
probably
I was
good.
paying attention for it. I didn't hear it.
Well, it's because RPG. That's because RPG started yelling the moment the run was over.
Yeah, that's true. Well, if it was like 50 seconds from when you said, then
It's for like a
you
mid
would take 50
39.
off at 39. Or 39.
Nice. Okay, well, the credits take like 9 minutes, and it's basically just showing a bunch of names, so I can get into Perseus ASAP if you want me to.
You can do whatever you want.
I quit this game. Hopefully this is...
Overfiend, having no fear, saying no to nasty beer, rolling deep.
Well, I say no to beer, period. Oh. Alright. Zero rolled out.
Yeah.
Had to work.
Okay. Do you have to wait for you to change stuff in the layout?
Nope, you're good to go.
Okay. Alright then, are you ready, RPG?
Sparking it up!